Hello and welcome back to Blackwell Unbound. Alright, we've had a a rough moment, I guess, so we'll just enjoy our cigarette on the porch for a moment. You know, I've been thinking that maybe I need to do a full retrospective on this game once we're done with it. You know, we've still got a ways to go, we've got things to talk about and things to experience. But at the end of that particular, like, what do you call it? Case, I guess. There's just a feeling to me that the fact that these things aren't that tied together, these cases aren't that tied together, except for probably through this, you know, crazy old lady. It makes the whole process a little bit weird. Because I'm just sitting with a notebook with a bunch of items in it, some of which are all now crossed out, but like there's still a bunch of leftover information. I don't know, maybe there is connections, but so far, like the two cases that we have aren't really touching each other, as far as I can tell. There's a little bit. Is there overlap in the people? Not even really. We have the people who are relevant for. Well, hold on. Did the New Yorker guy, did the New Yorker guy tell us anything meaningful that actually was required? I don't think so, right? All he said was I knew the name of the band, which isn't really anything. Yeah, I don't know. Do I need to?
Not moving from this spot until...
Oh. Okay. Interesting. Better luck with Joey. Alright, well, fine. Joey, what am I even gonna do with Joey?
Does it want a hug? That looks... We've looked through... We got all the leads. Hey there.
Nobody that
Okay, apparently.
that fast.
Just keep telling yourself that.
Is that not it?
Joey, she could...
Oh, we're still waiting.
How could she do that?
I don't know. But I think this case just got a hell of a lot more complicated.
Well, how can you do it? Huh?
Fantastic.
Wait, what was the notebook updated with? Okay, actually, well, now the things are actually gone now. Mavis's murderer called herself the Countess. She's a strange old woman dressed in rags.
The Countess keeps turning up like a bad penny. Is she really a murderer?
I don't know why I didn't even think that was going to come up with anything, but why connecting those two things? I guess we could ask the New Yorker guy about the Countess.
Uh-huh.
I guess we better get out there.
After you...
That old woman, how could she see you?
I don't know. Only folks that can see me are animals and other ghosts. And I don't think she's either.
I don't know, Joey. She reminds me of something.
Pardon?
I can't explain it.
Well, if you see her again, you can ask her.
It's your great grand aunt
we'll
or
talk more
something.
later.
I don't know. Alright, I don't think we have anything else to do in here. Like I said, it's just really weird to have us be in the middle of one case. As far as I can tell, there's no reason not to just do these one at a time, right? And actually just, I was talking about before how I have all these erroneous things I can ask that aren't relevant to the people at all. It wouldn't eliminate all of it, but it would eliminate a decent chunk of it if I just wasn't running multiple cases at the same time. And as far as I can tell, there's no reason for me to do them in a different order or do them simultaneously. It doesn't seem to contribute. I don't know. Maybe there's some special dialogue somewhere, but I haven't noticed anything.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Right behind you.
All right. Oh, it even took places off the map. All right. Well, I wonder if she's going to show up anywhere else now. Cecil Sharp was definitely the band leader of the C Sharps. I don't know. So we still don't know this guy's name. I don't know. I guess we could go be belligerent to the piano player. I don't know if he's related. I don't know if he's supposed to be one of the band members, but you can't tell who he is. I don't know.
Hey, C.
Hello there.
I want to talk to you about the C Sharps.
I said
I know what you said, and I know that you're lying. So shut the hell up and listen.
Oh,
I spoke to your old
okay.
manager. He confirmed who you are.
you spoke to Dwayne.
Yes, I did.
That fine. You got me. Yes, I used to run a band called the C Sharps. It was a rotten time in my life, and I just as soon forget it. Why are you stirring up these old ashes, huh?
I have my reasons.
Yeah, sure you do.
Okay, couple of things there. Well, one, why did that just disappear from my notebook now? I feel like I'm not done with that information. Two, why have the photos up if it's not something you want to talk about? Usually you leave up photos of memories you would like to continue to have, not ones you would rather not think about. And then three, why did talking... I don't remember us getting any seriously notable information since the last time we talked to him. I don't think anything really changed there that would have suggested to me I should come talk to him. So this was just like, again, rubbing things up against each other.
I don't suppose you've seen a strange old woman around, have you?
This is the village, sister. You see all sorts out here.
That's
She
fair.
calls herself the Countess.
Sorry.
About that sax player.
Yeah.
He's in that photo behind you. So I know he's with the C Sharps and that you know him.
What is this? You from that damn magazine?
Magazine?
The New Yorker. You a reporter?
No. So who is he?
You just don't quit, do you? You want to know so badly? His name is Isaac Brown.
Isaac Brown?
Yes. You happy now?
Ecstatic.
Great.
Okay, so now we have a name. That's good. Why did the New Yorker come up? I guess
Who
we'll
is
ask
the
him about that
reporter?
reporter.
Mitchell something? Slow talker. Drove me crazy.
You think he killed Isaac?
I just play the piano. I don't think anything. Especially not the past. Whoever did
think
Isaac,
he
the son
killed-
of a bitch had it
what?
coming. So please, just get out of here.
Wait, did I miss something? We didn't even know he was killed. All we knew was that he was dead. Well, maybe I'm going to immediately eat my words from the beginning of this episode. Maybe the people are connected. The only connection is so far is still the reporter, though. And that easily could have been, he's a character in the the apartment case, and then he is still here because we have to go. I don't know. I don't know if it's linear, then you do one at a time. I don't even know which one of these is supposed to be which one could or should be chronologically first to solve, or even if it matters. Maybe it doesn't matter. But you could write a better narrative. I've talked about this before. When you're writing something, you don't want to overcomplicate things because you'll write yourself into a corner. And a perfect example of that is you literally have to write worse dialogue to take account of the fact that you don't know the order that people are going to grab this information. So you could write a better narrative if you know that the only interaction, like in addition to just the thing I was talking about before of you can't have interactions that aren't relevant if you're only doing one case at a time. Additionally, you can write better things and more open. You can write more openly and have more extended language and stuff like that if you don't think that anybody can misinterpret it. And nobody can misinterpret it if you're doing it in a distinct order in the first place. So by writing yourself something that is potentially misinterpretable by context of running it out of order, you have to write worse actively in order to make sure it works. I hope that made sense. All right, we really have to keep hammering on these things, I think, is what I'm learning. Is like, I have to ask them about the stuff over and over again, because if I don't, then they still have thoughts.
Him? He's a bum, a drunk, a nobody, a lowlife. He's also dead.
And how did he die?
Someone strangled him to death with his bare hands. Isaac must have squealed like a pig.
You don't seem very upset by this.
No, but last time someone asked about Isaac, it was some reporter from The New Yorker. He came along, asked his questions, then bam, Isaac's dead.
Really?
Yeah, so forgive me if I don't take kindly to pushy questions.
So I got that dialogue out of order. I actually don't know how you fix that. Because technically, well, again, the New Yorker reporter is first in my list here. So technically, I think you can pick up these pieces of info. Well, you can't force anyone. If you're actually letting them click down the list, you can't enforce which order they click in, I guess. Unless you just don't let them choose. But I don't know, you could at least influence it by, like, if you're already willing to deliberately write poorly to stall me out of certain areas of knowledge, like, I didn't know this person's last name, so you have nothing to say until I know his last name. You know, if you're already willing to do stuff like that, which is not good, then why wouldn't you also write it such that if I ask about the reporter first, he's like, I don't know anything about a reporter. And which I think he may have even done before in a previous exchange, but then that's only dependent on me asking about Isaac first. Isn't that odd? That's just a programming problem, I think, at the very least. Like, if you're willing to make those concessions already, you should enforce the ones that matter.
About Isaac.
Leave it. The past is dead, gone, and buried.
All right. Well, I think that's the end of that. Unless you...
I know nothing else about that man. Southern guy. Talked real slow. Asked a bunch of questions. Just leave it, okay?
All right. Well, I think that's it.
See you later.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we should get out of here and maybe go talk to the reporter then. Somehow I doubt he's the murderer, but you know.
Yes.
He was surprisingly cagey before.
I'm downright popular. Come in, have a seat.
Or not cagey, he just wasn't very forthcoming.
I'd like to talk about Isaac Brown.
Ah, Isaac. You knew Isaac.
Sort of. Yes, I'm looking into his death.
Really? That was almost 5 years ago. Why the sudden interest?
Let's just say that I have a personal interest in clearing it up.
Do I ask again?
Anything else you can tell me about Isaac? Why do you want to write about him?
I don't want to go too in depth. Out of respect, you understand?
Sure.
I
Bullshit.
was drawn to him for the same reasons I'm drawn to anybody I write about. I felt he had a story that could reach people, enrich them, perhaps learn from.
Really?
Miss Blackwell, spend some time talking to the poor and the downtrodden. Walk down the Bowery and speak to the half-wits and the have-nots. In 1 hour, you'll learn more from them than you would from a lifetime of schooling.
Okay, you fucking beat poet. That's just... I get what you're trying to say there, but that's a stupid thing to say. Alright, what...
So tell me about yourself, Mr. Mitchell.
I beg your pardon.
Tell me about yourself.
Yes, I heard you. I hope you didn't come here simply to interview me. I'm afraid I'd make a poor interview subject.
Why is he still listed as New Yorker reporter?
Do you know anything about a strange old woman wandering the streets?
I've met plenty of strange old women, Miss Blackwell. Some stranger than others. Can you give me some more details?
She calls herself the Countess. Mr. Mitchell?
I'm thinking. No, I can safely say I've never set eyes on this woman. I'm sorry.
That was a weird stall.
So what was Isaac's story? I know he played in a band called the C Sharps. Then something obviously went wrong. What was it?
Listen, have you tried asking Mr. Sharp?
Yes. He's not talking.
I don't blame him. He's probably feeling guilty.
Guilty? Why?
He has his reasons.
Could you, I don't know, tell me what those reasons are?
I can't do that.
Of course he can't.
Yeah, very convenient.
Mr. Mitchell, I need to know what happened.
Listen, I don't like this. I don't feel comfortable talking about people without their consent. I won't say any more about Isaac or his sister.
Sister?
Sister?
Please, I'm not gonna say anymore.
So I really just had to badger him about this. Okay. Don't really agree with this process, but...
Who was Isaac's sister?
I told you, not...
Alright, well, I think we're actually done with that.
I'd like to read your piece about Isaac.
Well, I'm afraid I can't help you there. I never published it.
You didn't?
No, it seemed a bit in bad taste.
Dude, do
Since
you
when do
publish
reporters
anything?
care about bad taste?
Since when do reporters care about bad taste?
You don't have a high opinion of journalists, do you?
Well, you hear things.
Oh no, don't worry about it. I'm well aware of the stereotype. I've written about deceased persons before when I felt it was in the public's interest. But Isaac, well, I felt the man deserved some peace.
That's not what that subtitle said. Alright.
If you felt his story could reach people, enrich them, as you say, why didn't you publish the story?
Listen, Miss Blackwell, Isaac didn't just die. He was murdered. Someone reached around his neck and strangled the life right out of him. That puts a bit of a damper on the story I wanted to tell.
So nobody will hear the story.
All my notes on him have been destroyed. Isaac's story might not have reached the people, but it reached me. Maybe that's enough.
That's a stupid reasoning, but okay, whatever, weirdo.
I think that's all for now.
Something tells me the Countess strangled him too, but, sure. Whatever. Alright, should we go... I guess we could ask this guy if he knows. I mean, I don't think he knows anything about it. But, find out if he knows Isaac died. He doesn't seem to remember much. We'll do that next time.